everyone and welcome back. Angela here again. We're going to do a little project for our journal and I am going to use two little envelopes today. But before I get going, I'm just going to say a very warm welcome to everybody, especially if you're new to my channel. And of course, I hope you enjoy what we're going to do and have a lot of fun. So I've got the two envelopes, as I said. This one here is just one of these with a flap. It doesn't matter about how the flap is. We're not going to need the flap. We're going to stick it down. But if you have a look here, you can see that this one is 6 1/4 inches by 4 1/2. That equates to approximately 16.2 centimeters by 11.5. All right, so that's the one, there or thereabouts, guys. And then I've got another Specsavers one. I love these because it's got this beautiful soft apple green background and I really like it. So I hang on to these and wait for them to send me loads of reminders to come and get my eyes done, or my daughters, so that I can just have these envelopes. So I'm very sad about that, but yeah, it's my favorite envelope. Right, this one is 9 1/4 inches that way and 4 1/2 inches that way, and that is 23.2 centimeters by 11.5 again. So it's two of those, there or thereabouts. You can use what you have. You don't need to make them specific sizes, but the principle will be the same. You just need one, and you'll see as we go what I'm on about. All right, so this one, all I want to do with this one is I want to just take my glue and I'm going to just close the flap. So I don't need to, it's got a little sticker bit, so that's fine. I'm just going to stick that down. So that was easy. And then at the top, one of the ends, I'm going to just trim this off just to make a little pocket at the back here. There we go. So I've got that there. And I'll just put that to the side with the glue. So here we've got our little pocket. And that's going to house a little card, so that's great. And this is going to be the base of our project, so just put that to the side quickly. With the Specsavers one, what I've done is I opened it nicely to preserve the flap, so that was the good thing. And then what I did was I used my bone folder. I didn't trim anything off. And this is another thing I like about this. You can make a fine little sliver over there if you want to open it up. I've just taken my bone folder and loosened the sides there and there like that. All right, so we've got this bit. I just want to stick this little bit of the window down because I am going to fold it and I don't want anything to get caught on this. So when I have this sort of situation, I like to just stick these down, and that way you don't have a problem. Right, this one's just got a little bit of a sticky corner. That's okay. All right, so if you've got that happening, just stick that down and then you won't have any problems when you want to use it for something else. Okay, so we've got that there. And now, as you can see, it looks like this. It's a little bit messy in that, but I wouldn't worry about that. I was just pulling off little bits of paper like this that were loose, but really it's not a requirement. We are going to stick paper over this. So what I've then done is I have folded it pretty much in half here. So that's why I've got my distressing in place already. Right, so I've just taken it this way and I have folded it in half, just like that. There you go. Right, and then on the natural fold line of the envelope, I have folded that in half again. All right, so it's not quite in half. You can see it's shorter than the one underneath, but it's the natural envelope's fold line. All right, so you've got that like that. And then you've got your little flap bits on the side here. They've gone together now. And yeah, we can glue those together. I don't think I need to open that again. So just going to glue the two flaps together on the side like that. I'm thinking as I'm doing this. Yeah, sometimes I do something and I think, oh, why did I do that? You know. Anyway, so that bit's fine. And now you've got this flap, which we're going to use. And then you've got these two bits here like that. Right. right, so let's get started. We are going to start by decorating this, and then I'll show you how it integrates with this envelope over here. All right, so I've used my pages from my Birds and Bees journal collection, and this is from the journal pages itself. I'm going to put my piece of lace. I need a piece of lace, and I always tend to forget it, but I'm going to put it right here so I can't. And then what I've done is I cut out a piece of paper to fit this area, this first panel, and because I've distressed this already, you can see clearly now where that panel is. And then you've seen me how I cut out the window just with my pencil. You've seen me do this by holding that, lifting that. If you haven't seen me do it, I make a little mark on the paper and then I just cut around it. And then where this little flower was sticking out, instead of cutting it straight off, I've just cut around the flower. All right, if you prefer not to have the window there, that's fine. If you want to cut that right off, go right ahead. If you want to measure with your ruler the distance from the edge of your paper, if that's easier for you, try that as well. All right, so there are many ways to do this, and that is going to go there. But I am going to remember right now to stick this lace. This is like a cotton lace, and I'm going to just stick it at the bottom there with my Fabri-Tac glue. So I want to just let that run down and grab my nice scissors here. I want to just trim off the little bit that I need to trim off. There we go. All right, so that will now fit nicely just over there. And yeah, we're going to stick that down first off. Now, the decoration that I'm using are a couple of the fussy cuts from the pages I've been showing you before, as well as, you know, some of the crochet die. And you'll see what I'm doing. I'm using mostly paper from my kit, which the little fussy cuts are part of. So, you know, you've got most of it coming from the kit. Just, this is the only piece of lace. Obviously I've got ribbon on my little tags and things, so yeah, quite a lot going on there. I'm going to just put this little stand there. People ask me a lot about that stand, and it was a gift, and I do love it, but I don't think you can get it anymore. So I'm sorry about that. I've tried on many occasions. Right. So there we've got the lace stuck down. We're going to take this, which is one of the background papers now, and I'm going to now stick this on top there, so not too hard. We have got that pocket there behind this one, so that's great. And I'm going to get this stuck down. And I think today I am going to do a little bit of stitching on this, but I will say that it's not a requirement. So just remember that. It's not a requirement for you to want to stitch over this at all. It's just the aesthetic of the stitching that I like. All right, so I will stop it after I have got this done. I want to make sure I get it around the frame part, but not too close that it's going to ooze out. Right, so let's start at the top there, and there, and there, and there. And I think that's how I want it. All right. Okay, now the only thing that I need to do, which I haven't done quite yet, is to stick the flower on the window. And I'm going to just use some of this same glue. I'm not going to go too close to the edge of this flower because I don't want it to ooze out on the window. So I've sort of stayed about 1/4 of an inch away from that, and just to keep it down like that. All right, now this is the part where what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and stitch just around the edges here. Now, okay, so I have now just done a little bit of stitching there. I just like the finish, and sometimes you know, I like to just have that, but it's not a requirement to keeping this whole project together, so don't worry about that. I've got my flap there, and then I've got this bit here, which I think I'm going to just glue together at the moment because we don't need this for a pocket, just this one here. All right, so I'm going to just glue that there. And I've got that there. We'll cover the rest of it now. All right, so we've got that little bit there with our little pocket. And I'm going to put a few bits on here, which I'll get to at the end. So the very next one here, I've taken the gingham check and I'm going to stick that down over there ever so quickly. Right, so I hope that you're all excited about the autumn season, and I'm working on a little project for you on that. And I'm also putting together at the moment, very, very exciting, the Christmas kit. So yeah, I'm hoping to have that done very soon too. It won't be in the next week or so, so it takes me a while, but I'm busy playing around with it and having a lot of fun with that. So yeah, thought I'd mention it, get you all excited too. Right, what I've got here is just one of the pockets from my add-on kit. I have folded it slightly further than the line there, and we're talking about a hair's breadth, just so that I could fit it on over here. And I thought that looked quite cute. We are going to fold this behind, so I quite like that. So I'm just going to use the glue that's ready to go, and I'm going to stick that down like that. And we're going to make a really easy little pocket just on the front there. So that's nice and easy, isn't it? And then I have used my Sizzix crochet die. This I've just done with the polka dot paper, the nice sage green and white polka dot, and I want to just put that a little bit across there. Oh, I was going to fold it. Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We can cut it off, so we'll do that. Here's the little mark line that I need to just do that. So let's cut that off. Let's just double check. I should have centralized it, but I didn't. Okay, so we're going to put that over there, and we'll do that with a bit of this glue on my hand. I find it easier with this because all the intricate little lines and things, you know. So just put some glue in your hand, and then just dab it in there as you're going. And this is great to peel off your hand when you're finished. It does give your hand a little bit of a wax too. So yeah, I'm going to put that down just over there. Okay, so there are little spots here and there that you might just want to touch up, but overall it does a good job. All right, so we've got that done now. Right, what I've got then is two little fussy cuts from the background pages. So we've got those two. And then I've just taken one of my little sentiments. So this one says, tend to your garden every day. Absolutely. You know, we must look after ourselves and make sure that we do everything to keep our bodies, minds and souls healthy, don't we? So, you know, pull out the weeds in your garden, your life garden now. Metaphorically speaking, and tend to what makes you feel you know, rejuvenated and happy. Okay, so we're going to just stick those down, and I thought that would look ever so sweet, so we're going to just do that. Yeah, I've had lots of fun putting this little project together, and I hope you are too. I do love working with envelopes, and I think I could come up with loads more, but probably all sick of me with my envelopes. But you know, it's such a nice way to make tuck spots and hidden things, and just projects where you can have a little secret place, and they're like ready-made pockets, aren't they? So why throw it away? It is paper. So there we go, we've got that little pocket all done. All right, so there's that one, and then we want to turn that over, and we're going to just put something on these two pockets here. So this little one, I've got the gingham background page, as well. So I think this one's also in my kit. I'm going to just stick that down ever so quickly. And I do love gingham. If you haven't noticed yet, gingham and stripes and polka dots, I do love them. They definitely come up all the time with me, don't they? But yeah, I just love that sort of style. The gingham reminds me of homely, rustic, you know, and I think I always fancied being a farmer's wife when I was younger. I don't know why, but I did. And just love, I loved bottling things and sewing and, just creating, recycling, repurposing. It just appealed to me. Right, what I've done here is taken a piece of paper. I have made it double, and I'm going to just make a little belly band here. And then what I did was I took one of those circles that are on my add-on kit. You get 4 in a row with the pockets. And I've cut out a little scalloped shape from, this was the green gingham paper, I think. Used a die cut really, and it could have been a bit wider, but that's the best one. I just like it as it is, and I'm going to just put that down there as well. So let's stick this on here first, just so that we've got that. Just get it the right way. Right, so I want to just put less glue on the edges there. Cute. All right, so that's sweet. And then we're going to stick that on there. We've got a little belly band for ourselves. So for this, I'm just going to put some glue across the top and across the bottom, like that. And we are going to put that down just there. Right, now you can see this little bit there where I have got a bit of a pocket going on here. Oh, I've stuck it down now, so I'm very happy about that. So we've got our little belly band there, our little pocket. We've got that one there. And then this one, I thought I'm just going to make it pretty. So I've taken a piece of that collage page that we haven't used yet, cut it so that I could have the butterfly there like that. And I'm going to stick that down over there. So that's what we're going to do with this piece. Now, I use a lot of print on the back of a lot of pages that might have run out of ink or whatever. So I don't throw away the paper because I like to use decent paper. So, I have no problem using it for things for myself. And I do that. Right, so we've got that bit there, needed just to go a bit more over. That's the good thing about 3-in-1 Beacon, isn't it? You've got a few more seconds than you do with the art glitter glue. Okay, and then the little lace is peeking through, which is cute. And then I've just got this little quote: for bees, the flower is the fountain of life, and for flowers, the bee is the messenger of love. Isn't that so sweet? Nature can teach us so many things, honestly. Right, I was having a good laugh the other day because I saw something come up on YouTube about a woman who'd lived in the mountains in like a cabin for about 50 years on her own, and people were saying how terrible that is and all sorts of things, and I thought to myself, it sounds like bliss to me. I am such a recluse, it's terrible. Well, not terrible for me because I'm happy, but other people think I'm weird, but that's just it. I said to my mum, I said, to me that looks like ideal, 50 years on your own. Imagine all the crafting you can do. I said the only thing I would need in that situation is, does Amazon deliver there? That's all I need to know. Yes. Okay, so there we go. We've got all that there in place. We're going to sort it out in a minute. I want to just put a few decorations on here, and then we'll go to the next little step. Okay, so I've got 3 little die cuts. I've cut this one out of ivory cardstock, just normal card that I use to back things on. It's nice and soft. And then just a little lavender piece, and then I think this is from one of my Christmas leaf dies in green, so that's what I've got there. and I'm going to start off by sticking down the little lavender. Okay, and then I've got a little bee that I fussy cut out. I'm going to stick him onto the flower. So we've got that there. Sweet little bee. So we'll put him just hovering about to sit on that flower there. And then again, 2 paper flowers. You can find these on my Amazon. They're the mulberry flowers. I've just taken a yellow one and purple one and a little button and sewed that on there, and I'm going to just put that over there, which is going to just pull it all together. So going to just stick that down quickly. I've got that bit decorated. All right, so what I want to do now is I want to get this down onto the next phase. While that's drying, we will need that little flap there. That's all right. And then I have got this little envelope, so we're going to take that, make sure that your opening's at the top, and then I have got a piece of gingham paper which I am going to end up sticking on there. Let's do that quickly. Let's just use this here. And then what I did was I have taken my little mini pocket template, the one that looks like this. This comes from my Templates 2 kit. And I have taken the stripy paper, cut them in different directions. So it's just two of these that I've cut out, scored along the fold lines, and folded those up. And then I'm going to stick those down. So you're not going to see the underneath piece. So once you've laid it on your paper and cut it out, you just want to stick the bottom there and then this bit there. And there you have a little pocket, and the same with this one. Used it on my aligning paper, alignment for my computer. I don't waste anything, honestly don't. Right, there we go. Going to just put a little bit of Distress ink here, like that. All right, so we've got our little envelope. We're now going to stick these 2 little ones over here. So you can see they're in different directions, which I quite like actually. And I want to stick them probably just close-ish to the top. So 2 stripes down. I'm going to just sort of get that down. So let's get going and stick those down with a gingham. You've got sort of guidelines on how straight you're doing it. So I'm quite comfortable to use this art glitter glue to do it. Right, so I said 2 there and about 2 here. Right, so let's just line that up there with that line. There we go. So we've got 1 and we've got another one over here. There we go. Pretty, pretty. Okay, so I have now stuck those down, and I've just gathered a yellow and a green little die cut, and then I've cut out these 2 pieces from my background pages. So the yellow one with these lovely blooms on, and I want to just stick those down along with this little sentiment on this little arrangement here. So I think I'm going to put that like that side, something like this, and something like that. So let's just start with the yellow one. I think stick this one down first. Let's do it straight across the pockets like that. Okay, and then we'll do the green one. All right, and then I think we'll just get this one slightly up, but to the left like that. All right, and then this little purpley fussy cut that I've just cut out. There we go. So we've got that there. And then just this little bit, let's find a smaller one. That one's better. Right, a bit of green, no problem with that. Okay, it's free as a bird, definitely. I hope you all consider yourselves as free as birds over there. Perfect. Right, that one can go back in its box. Okay, so everything's looking fab. What I want to do now is I want to take this flap here and we want to tuck it underneath here. So means we want to put glue on that side. So let's get some glue. I'm not going to go right up to that fold line there, but pretty close. Okay. And then I want to get it in the middle. So yeah, about there. Like that. I'm going to pull it a little bit this way. Just if I have a little bit of a gap there, then it'll be easier to lie flat, I think. Yeah, let's hope. Pretty much. Right, so we just want to press that down nicely. Okay, that's looking good. All right, so we've got there, we've got there. We're going to put bits in here now. All right, so the exciting bit. Okay, I've got this lovely big card. This comes from one of my mini pages. So from in the journal kit, journal pages kit, you get the mini pages, and I love that. I'm going to slide that hopefully in here. I'm adding hopefully now because sometimes, you know, these things don't like to work. No, it will, because I didn't put glue in here, so that's all right. So this should work. All right, so that's going in there, just like that, with a little bit of a ribbon sticking out, which I like. Then in these little pockets here, I've taken 2 of the tags from the add-on kit, and I've backed those onto card, the same card I used to cut out that die cut I was talking about. And those are going to go in here. Now they won't go and they'll peek out a bit, which is exactly what I want. Okay, so there we go. We've got those with their little ribbons on as well, little ears sticking up. And then over here I've got a couple of bits as well. So I've got a couple of pieces here. Let's start with the main one, and that's to go into this pocket over here. There we go. Not so easy when you are looking at it from the front. Right, let's open it up and put it in, and then I can get it right. Right, so we've got that there. That's going to go in there. This one came from one of my journal pages, and I just cut out. It was this image and another image alongside it in a frame. So I've just backed that onto card. I positioned it. You can see it's not quite center. In the center, I've sort of put it a little bit to the left just so that the image could peek through the window there. All right, you could actually go and put on a little quote or something else on there, but this one's going to go in there like that. All right, so you can just see the little glass jar peeking through there, bit of fluff here, with the flowers. All right, so that's what's going in there, also with its little ribbon. And then on this side, got this little piece of ephemera. These are from my ephemera pack. That's just going to peek over there. I thought that was enough, and I love that image with the birds. And then on the inside here with our little belly band, I thought this was perfect. And I just love those little splashes of the bright blue. That's going to just fit in there nicely. So I'm keeping it as flat as I can. And this is just beautiful as it is. So we're going to close that up. You want to close that up. And you've got your little piece now to go onto your page. So you can go and put little magnets or Velcro dots or whatever you want on there. I'm not going to worry, because once it's in the journal keeps it closed and it's firm enough to do so. And I just love those colors. Oh, I do love those colors. So now I'm in the new signature actually. Got this one now. The other one's looking pretty full. I wasn't going to add any more. I'll add other bits and pieces, you know, basic things in there. So what I did was I turned to this lovely lace background page, which I added. This is a separate kit that I've used, and it's a background page. I use these in a lot of my journals, as you know, and I thought that would look brilliant just over there like that, with these little wings, these little ears peeking through. So what do you guys think? So that's what it's going to look like, just like that. Just trying to find where the, oh, there, it's there. Right, so I'm just positioning that there. I'm going to just move that a little bit over, and yeah, that looks pretty where I want it. I'm going to just take these out so I can see the edge of this bit here, just to size it up. I'm going to draw a little pencil line there and a little pencil line there, and you know that just takes the anxiety out of trying to place it where I want it. And then these can go back in here. All right, so you could go and have another pocket behind this if you wanted to, but I think I've got enough on here, so I'm going to just stick it down, all the way down. So you want to put glue all over the back here. All right, so now if I put it on that line there, and then where's this line? Over there, and then I can press this down, then I feel confident that it's straight. So yeah, invest in a pencil. These little retractable ones, I've had this Hello Kitty one for years. I've got 2 of them and I love them. I always wanted to collect Hello Kitty things when I was young, you know, really a young girl of about 10, but I just didn't have money, and I, you know, and as you do when you know, young. But, you know, it didn't stop me providing Hello Kitty memorabilia for my daughter. And I had great fun. The first time I came to London, I went to Hamleys and bought her a big Hello Kitty plush fluffy toy. Oh my gosh. And I loved it, and so did she. Right, so there we go. We've got it all intact, and this is going to stick up a little bit, but that's all right. I'm happy with that. You can go and stick something on it if you want, but I know when the book's together, you know, everything's going to be absolutely fine. So let's just have a little tour. We've got our little tag in there. You've got your little journal cards in there, belly band, pretty piece, another piece, 2 little tags to write on, and your big tag at the back there. And there you have it. I really like how that's come together. We've made use of another mailer that's saved itself from recycling, you know, or landfill, or wherever else it ends up. All right, guys, I've just realized the day's turned pretty gloomy here, so I probably should have had the lighting on. So I hope that you are able to see this. I hope that you go and give this a little go and put it into your journal. I know you're going to love it. I really loved it, and I'm sure that we will have to try this again at some point. We might have a little inclusion of this in our Christmas journal. I think that would look lovely. All right, don't forget, I've got a sale on in my Etsy store that's going to end pretty soon, and I have a sale running in my website shop at angelakerrdesigns.com. So go and take a look there if you were looking for anything. And I will be bringing you a little video again on Sunday, which I hope you're going to enjoy. And until then, I'm going to love and leave you and say have a great weekend, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.